You've been in photography for a while. You've learned a few tips and tricks to capture mountains, iconic landmarks, architectural details, gardens, or maybe just a single flower. But when it comes to photographing people while traveling, that's where even seasoned amateur photographers freeze up. You miss the moment, you get motion blur, or you end up with those stiff smiles that don't even feel like real life. Today, I'm breaking down the 6 reasons why this happens and exactly what to do about it. Hi, I'm Belinda. Welcome back to my channel. I know I haven't updated for the last few weeks or a couple months. I had an eye problem. Hopefully, this will get through. All right, let's get into it. Here's the fundamental difference. Landscapes will wait for you, people won't. Those slow shutter speeds you use for landscapes or still subjects work beautifully for mountains, rivers, oceans, or sunsets. But use those same settings for people, you get blurry shots, especially with kids, pets, or anyone moving unpredictably. The solution? Anticipate the action. Adjust your settings before moments happen. As a general guideline, I use a shutter speed faster than 1/250th of a second for any fleeting moments, whether my subjects move or not. If your subjects are walking quickly, moving unpredictably like kids or animals, or you are using a heavier lens, go even faster. It's one of those simplest ways to instantly get more keepers. I explained this in much more detail in one of my past videos, 5 reasons your photos are blurry and how to fix them. Check it out if you haven't. You'll find the link in the description below as well. One of the most common reasons photographers miss great candid moments, they're overthinking composition in the field. People move, they won't stay in the frame like a mountain does. By the time you've lined up perfect symmetry or rule of thirds, the moment's gone. Here's what I've learned. Sometimes it's okay to leave a crooked horizon to straighten in post. What you can't easily fix later is depth and natural expressions. That foreground elements that makes the shot feel immersive, that authentic expression of someone's face. If you miss those in the moment, you can't Photoshop them in without a lot of faking. So for fast-moving people shots, prioritize storytelling, activities, interactions, expressions, and use composition techniques that work quickly, like creating depths with foreground blur. The emotion and story will always matter more than a mathematically perfect line. By the way, if you ever struggle to make your candid people shots look natural instead of posed, download my free guide, The Art of Unposed, and subscribe to my newsletter. It has shared my favorite techniques to making people look authentic in your photos. You can grab it using the link in the description. It's totally free, so you can start using the ideas right away. With landscapes, you can plan for the light. You wait for a golden hour, you have time to choose your angles and settings. But when you are documenting authentic travel experiences, people photography happens in whatever light you're given. Harsh midday sun, mixed indoor lighting, or shade that's way darker than expected. Unless you're a professional photographer who can control timing or lighting, travel and life moments don't wait around. The trick is to understand light and make fast adjustments either to add or reduce light in your frame. This means adjusting your camera position, angles, and distance to your subject. When done right, you get flattering light on faces for close-ups, beautiful glow for full-body shots, and straight out of the camera images that barely need editing. When done wrong, you fall into the rabbit hole of endless post-processing, thinking editing is more important than developing your camera skills. Ask someone to pose, and most adults will stiffen up and give you a polite smile. Kids either ham it up or completely shut down. Teenagers, they might just say no altogether. Without proper direction, you end up with photos that feel awkward, forced, or identical from person to person. And honestly, most of us don't know how to direct people out of these stiff poses anyway. The solution? Stop posing altogether, especially if you don't want to boss people around. Authentic capture is actually easier for both you and your subjects. Document what's already happening instead of trying to create something artificial. Click your camera when they walk toward you, have a conversation, or engage in something they're naturally interested in. Anything except looking at your camera. This means using action photography skills, the same techniques you'd use for sports or wildlife. Remember, travel portraits don't need poses or show faces. You can photograph completely from behind and still tell a powerful story. At family events, you might worry about missing conversations if you are always the photographer. On the street, you might fear intruding or being told no. The solution is speed eliminates social awkwardness. If you can shoot quickly and naturally, you can stay engaged in the moment, take your shots within a few seconds, and still join the conversation. For street photography, there are two approaches. Confidently walk up and ask. Many people might say yes, but then you will need to pose them if they don't know what to do in front of your camera. Or my favorite, capture the moment so naturally that no one even notices. Of course, always respect boundaries, especially at religious sites or in private spaces. When moments are unpredictable, the instinct is to shoot hundreds of frames just to be safe. But that leaves you exhausted when it comes to calling and with almost nothing you love. Instead, go in with intention. Aim for 3 to 5 frames per moment. Adjust your angle, distance, or camera position between each shot. Why these specific adjustments? Angles help you find the best light. Distance eliminates clutter. Camera position controls the depth and foreground blur I mentioned earlier. Each adjustment serves a purpose. There's a logic behind it. The more you practice, the more you understand the relationship between your adjustments and your results. Over time, you'll stop spraying and praying and start capturing with intention. Even better, everything becomes second nature because you know exactly what you're doing behind your camera. All right, these 6 shifts will transform how you approach people photography while traveling. You go from missing the moments and feeling frustrated to capturing authentic shots with confidence. The difference? Having a systematic approach instead of hoping things will work out. Speed over perfection. Anticipation over reaction. Authentic moments over post setups. When you combine these principles with the right camera settings and composition techniques, people photography becomes as reliable as your landscape work, just faster and more rewarding. I break down this complete system from camera setup, reading light, to post-processing workflow, Lightroom retouch in my photography course, Document Happiness, a step-by-step system that gives you everything you need to confidently create consistent, high-quality photos of travel and life moments without the overwhelm. You'll find the link in the description. Thanks so much for watching, and keep documenting what makes you feel alive.